Just as someone requested in the comments about the Oasis 20 video, well, I'm going to go ahead and describe my books. First, Terrestrial. The saga begins in the year 2050. Nanotechnology has allowed humankind to build micro machines whose boundaries encompass the limits of our inner universe. A fatal accident occurs during the development of the Helix Cube, a universal communication tool. The investigation of the accident uncovers a glimmer of evidence that life beyond the known subatomic exists. Dr. Celeste, an unappreciated, misunderstood scientist, attempts to convince the world science community of a universe with subatomic galaxies. It's not an easy task when there are unpredictable, powerfully manipulative, opposing forces with a different agenda working against him from behind the scene. You can purchase this book online from me directly for $8. Okay. Next, Planet Movers Incorporated. It was the next book that I actually wrote after Terrestrial. I published this one in 1998. It still can be actually purchased through me directly or from xlibris.com. Planet Movers Incorporated was one of the largest planet moving and construction companies of the 31st century. When growth moratorium was placed on Solas, our solar system of 588 planets, the hard-nosed corporate officials had to be creative to remain in business. Yul Kamal, the CEO of Planet Movers Incorporated, had a plan. His brilliantly insensitive plan was codenamed Project Eden. The scheme was to downsize his company by sending 10,000 of his least skilled employees to Alpha Centauri for relocation. They were to become the Adams and Eves of the New World. At least that's what Yul Kamal told them. The truth was, he didn't care if they ever reached their destination. He just wanted them off of his payroll and unable to receive unemployment compensation. Like I said, it can be had, this book can be had from me directly or from xlibris.com. This is my latest creation. It's Life on the Meridian. It's based on the 10 years that I spent living in the Florida Keys in the 1980s. And I'll read the back of it as well. Do you remember the Mariel boat lift? Do you remember when the U.S. Border Patrol was set up on U.S. Highway 1 in Florida City, stopping every car from the Florida Keys, giving birth to the Conquered Republic flag, and serious talk about the Florida Keys seceding from the United States? Do you remember when waking up under a bridge and finding breakfast at the end of your fishing line was a way of life? Do you remember when saltwater fishing licenses and lobster mini-seasons weren't necessary? There was once a time in the Florida Keys when it was possible to live like a beach bum. No money, no problem. Those days had drifted away with the coming of the yuppie elite, condominium overbuilding, saltwater fishing licenses, and land use laws. The 1980s was the last of the best times to live in the upper Florida Keys. I was one of the fortunate people out there who lived in the best time and place in the universe. This book is about those days. This book can be had from me directly for $5 or from any bookstore, I guess, that'll order it for you, but you're better off just to get it from me for $5. I'll even sign them. In fact, I'll sign any book that you want me to sign that I've written. Well, and that is, see, again, Terrestrial, Planet Movers Incorporated, Life on the Meridian. Please buy them.